Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be showing you the most important tips and tricks for your Samsung Galaxy A30s. I'll also be making a dedicated video for the best features where I'll be showing you all the features offered by this phone. So definitely check out that video, link will be in the description. Now with that said, I'm going to first start off by fixing a pretty annoying feature on this phone. That's dynamic lock screen wallpaper. So this is the lock screen, and every time you go to the lock screen, you see a different wallpaper. Some people might like it, some people don't. I personally hate it. So if you want to fix that, or if you want to stop this dynamic lock screen wallpaper, this is what you need to do. First go to settings, then select lock screen settings, and now scroll all the way to the bottom. Select dynamic lock screen, or else you can just disable it from here. And once you do that, lock screen wallpaper is fixed. Now this is the default lock screen wallpaper for the A30s. Next, I'm going to show you a pretty neat shortcut to open the camera application. So to enable that, go to settings, then select advanced features, and now select side key. No matter where you are or what you're doing, just click the power button twice to open the camera application. You can also configure this shortcut to open any other application as well, but personally I think camera application is much more handy. Next, I'm going to show you how to enable the dark mode on this phone. Now all other phones in the market call it dark mode, while the Samsung calls it night mode. You can enable it from the toggles or from the display settings. Just go to display and you have the night mode over here. And once you enable this toggle, all the UI elements change to dark mode. Now the phone will look much more cooler and it will help you save some battery. And if you're like me who uses your phone late at night, it'll put less strain on your eyes. When the night mode is enabled, stock applications like the phone dialer or SMS application automatically change their theme. And here's a preview of that. Instead of clicking on this toggle, if you click on the night mode itself, it gives you some extra options. You can schedule it to automatically turn on at a specific time or automatically turn on and turn off at sunset and sunrise. So that's a pretty cool feature as well. Next, I'm going to show you how to take a screenshot on this phone. Just press the volume down and power button both at the same time to take a screenshot. Here's a quick preview. You can see the screen flashing. That's an indication for taking a screenshot. If that's a bit hard for you, we also have a gesture where you can swipe the screen with your palm to take a screenshot. Now this feature is enabled by default. But for some reason, if that doesn't work for you, just go to settings and then select advanced features, select motions and gestures, and enable this toggle palm swipe to capture. Once you do that, you can swipe on the screen to take a screenshot. And there you go. Next, this phone has an awesome feature called Samsung Pay, which allows you to make transactions with just your phone. You can add all your debit cards and credit cards to your Samsung Pay account, and you can make payments instead of swiping cards with just your phone. I don't have any cards added right now, so I can't show you. Here's a quick preview of how that works. You can just select the card that you want to use and then touch your phone to your swiping machine and the transaction is done. So this is something pretty cool. No other phone has it, so definitely give this feature a try. Next, I'm going to show you how to make apps go full screen. Now this phone has a new aspect ratio and almost all the applications readjust to it by default. But still there are applications like Chameleon Run, which is a game that opens up in the landscape mode, that do not go full screen. As you can see, there are two black bars on either side. So to fix that, this is what you need to do. First go to settings, then select display settings, then select Fullscreen Apps. Now select the application that you want to make full screen. In our case, it's Chameleon Run. Just click it, select full screen. Now whenever you open that application, it opens up in a full screen mode. Now it is full screen. Now this phone comes with a dewdrop notch. If you want to hide it, this is what you can do. Go to settings, then select display settings, then select Fullscreen Apps, then click this button here, select advanced settings. Now enable this toggle. Once you do that, status bar goes down and there are two black bars on either side of the notch. And now the notch doesn't stick out too much. This is the home screen and these are other applications, and the notch is always hidden. So if you don't like the notch, this is something that you can do, but you are losing some screen real estate. Now I'm going to show you some important camera related shortcuts. So this is the camera interface, and over here we have a toggle to switch between the primary camera and the wide angle camera. We can also use the pin gesture to switch between the primary camera and the wide angle camera just by doing that. Now to switch to the primary camera, do a pinch to zoom gesture. It works really well. Now besides that, you can also do a swipe up or a swipe down gesture to switch between the front camera and the rear camera. Now on the left side we have the live focus mode, which is portrait mode for the rear camera. In this mode we can change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture. And even after you take a portrait shot, we can always change the background blur effect later. Now this is the interface for the front camera, Once again, we have a toggle over here, even though this phone has just a single camera. So the first toggle is for the crop mode. This is like a regular selfie, and if you select the second toggle, it becomes a little more wider. Now the camera application is using the entire sensor. While taking selfies, I suggest you to use this mode. Now we also have the live focus mode, that's portrait selfies. Once again, we can change the amount of background blur effect we get before taking a picture using the slider. And every time you take a portrait shot, if you don't get this indication effect ready, you won't get a portrait shot. So that's something to look out for. Now this is the shutter button, and you can click it once to take a picture. Now you can also swipe on this to bring out a floating button. Now this is your floating shutter button. You can place it anywhere and click it to take a picture. This is especially useful for taking selfies. Just place it where it's convenient and click it to take a picture. Once you're done using it, you can bring it back to hide it. Next, we can also press the volume down or volume up button to take a picture. Besides that, we also have the palm gesture feature. To enable it, we need to go to settings, scroll down a bit and select shooting methods and make sure this toggle is enabled. If it is enabled, you can take a selfie by using the palm gesture. Just show your palm to the front camera and it takes a picture in 3 seconds. Here's a quick preview once again, and over here we can see a quick preview of the timer. So guys, that's the palm gesture. Now I'm going to show you how to open split screen mode on this phone. So for that, first you need to go to the recent apps page and then click on the app icon that you want to open in split screen. Just do that and now select open in split screen view. Once you do that, that application will open up in the top window and you can select the second application from the recent apps, or else you can go to the home screen and then select the application from your app drawer. I'll just go with the gallery application, and now I'm able to use 2 applications at the same time. Now even though this feature has been around for a long time, there are still applications that do not support this feature. So to fix that, this is what you need to do. First go to settings, scroll down, select about phone. Now click software information, then click on bill number 7 times. Just enter your password and it's done. Now go back to settings and you can find developer options below about phone. Now select developer options, scroll all the way to the bottom. Enable force activities to be resizable. Once you do that and restart your phone, you will be able to use all applications in split screen mode. Next, this phone also has a pretty cool feature called Popup View, which allows you to open applications in a floating window. Let's say I want to open Google Play Store in a floating window. This is what I need to do. Once again, go to the recent apps page, click on the app icon. Now select open in Popup View. Once I do that, Google Play Store will open up in a pop-up window. At the top, we have 4 options. First one is for the transparency. We can change the transparency of this application. We can still use the background. Second button is to minimize this application. Now Google Play Store has minimized to a floating chat head, and if you click it, it maximizes into a pop-up view. Now the third option is to go full screen. Fourth option is to close that application. So that's pop-up view. Now in settings, we have something called Smart Pop-up View. To access it, you need to go to settings, then select advanced features. And over here, we have Smart Pop-up View. Now let's say I've enabled it for YouTube. Now every time I get a notification from YouTube, I see a floating chat head. And when I click it, it opens YouTube in a floating window. So that's how Smart Pop-up View works. Now I'm going to show you how to enable full screen gestures. For that, go to settings, then select display settings. Now scroll down and select navigation bar. Over here we have full screen gestures. Now once you enable it, navigation bar is replaced with these 3 lines. You can swipe from the right side to go back a step, swipe from the center to go home, swipe from the left side for recent apps. For Google Assistant, you can swipe and hold from the center and it triggers Google Assistant, and it does work really well. Now this is the recent apps page. First we have settings, then we have Google Play Store. Now to quickly switch between the current application and the previous application, you can swipe on these lines to the right side and it instantly switches to the previous application. I can do it again to switch to settings. So guys, that's how these gestures work. Now if you want to switch back to the regular navigation buttons, you can either go back to settings or else you have a toggle for that. You can directly enable navigation bar by just clicking this toggle. And now we got the 3-button navigation bar. Now I'm going to show you how to record calls automatically on your phone. For that, open the phone dialer, then click this button, then go to settings. Once you're here, select recording calls and enable this toggle. Once you do that, all the calls will be recorded automatically on your phone. Now this feature is available in India but might not be available in other countries. So if you can't find this feature, try using any third-party application. Next, I'm going to show you how to change your default launcher, default browser, and so on. For that, go to Settings, then scroll down a bit and select Apps. Now click this button over here, select Default Apps. Now from this page, you can change your default browser, default phone dialer, default SMS application, and default home screen as well. That's the default launcher. Personally, I would suggest you to change your default browser to Google Chrome. If you have installed any third-party launcher, say like Nova Launcher, you can come to this page, select home screen, and then change your default launcher. Now, if you want to display the battery percentage on the status bar, this is what you need to do. Go to Settings, then select Notifications. Now select Status Bar. Now enable this toggle to display the battery percentage on the status bar. Now I'm going to show you some important shortcuts related to the home screen. You can always do a swipe up and swipe down gesture to open the app drawer. But let me just change the setting. Just go to Settings, Home Screen Settings. Now enable this toggle. Swipe down for notification panel. Once you do that, you can do a swipe down gesture to pull down the notification bar. As usual, you can do a swipe up gesture to open the app drawer. Now whenever you swipe down using a single finger from the top of the screen, it takes you to the notification area. If you do the same with two fingers, it directly takes you to the notification toggles. Now these are all your notification toggles, and if you want to rearrange them, click this button. Now click on button order, and then just long press on any of these toggles, and then place it in your required position. Now once you click done, the new layout will be saved. Next we have something called quick settings. Now below the notification toggles, we have the name of the toggle, and whenever you click on it, you get some extra options. For Wi-Fi, you get some extra Wi-Fi access points, so you can change your Wi-Fi network without going to settings. Similarly, we have different profiles for sound mode, and if you click on torch, we get some interesting options. First, we can just enable or disable the torch, and then we can also change the intensity or the brightness of the torch. And here's a quick preview. If you haven't tried quick settings on your phone, definitely give it a try. Now this is the brightness slider, and by default it's placed in the notification toggles page. But if you click this button and enable the second toggle, you can also find this brightness slider in the notification area. There you go, just like that. Now for the final tip, if you're ever low on battery, let's say you have just 5 or 10% of battery left and you don't want your phone to switch off, then you can enable maximum power saving mode. You can access it from the notification toggles from here, or else you can go to settings, then select device care, select battery, and over here we have power mode. Now select maximum power saving mode and just enable it. Now once you do that, your phone will kill all the applications running in the background, it will change the theme, it will reduce the brightness, it will limit the CPU usage, but overall improves your standby time drastically. So you get access to only 8 applications, 4 of them are fixed, and you can add 4 more from the app drawer. So these are the applications that you can add. We can use only 8 applications, and among them 4 of them are fixed. You can add 4 more from the app drawer. Now in this mode we can still use Wi-Fi and mobile data. Now as you can see, phone currently has 66% of battery left and expected standby time is 5 days, 12 hours. So if you're ever low on battery, give this mode a try. Now to stop this mode, you can click this button, select turn off maximum power saving mode. So guys, these are the most important tips and tricks for your Samsung Galaxy A30s. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description, it always helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off, have a nice day.